So I want to talk about cops once again, because fuck them. So here is President of those United States, as well as these United States, as well as all the United States. The winner of the 2020 presidential election, Joe Biden, went on a little bit of made some statements in regards to policing. Let's watch.
Funding proven programs to help fight violent crime. We shouldn't be cutting funding for police departments. I propose increasing funding. Look, you know,
we are following
ask
breaking
cops to
news
do
out of
everything.
Southwest Houston. A Precinct 5 deputy corporal shot and killed.
Another tab started playing audio. All right.
Increasing funding. Look, you know, we ask cops to do everything, including be psychologists and social workers. Guess what?
No, actually, no one asks cops to be a psychologist or a social worker. People are recommending that instead of sending cops to everything, how about you send psychologists and social workers? Now, again, Joe Biden here is garbage. I want to play this again because it's very key. Joe Biden thinks, like, this is how he doesn't understand the defund the police movement. He doesn't understand people who criticize the police in this country at all. And you can tell that based on this. Right, now again, listen to this. Listen to how he misinterprets the facts here.
Funding. Look, you know, we ask cops to do everything, including be psychologists and social workers. Guess what? They need psychologists and social workers.
No, what they need is a goddamn jail cell, because most cops, if not all cops, by the fundamental nature of being cops, have violated people's civil liberties and, really, let's be honest, the Constitution. Arresting someone for having a weed in their pocket, like something that grows through a crack in a sidewalk, arresting someone and putting them in a steel cage over that, that's a violation of cruel and unusual punishment. That's a violation of the Constitution. Now, again, no one says a cop needs to be a qualified psychologist. I would say, maybe, all right, this is my compromise position, folks. I'm coming out here. All right, we've got a cop SWAT team, okay? And let's say if they're needed, you call them up, right? But let's say you don't even send cops to anything else. Let's say if someone calls somewhere, there's a situation going on, a psychologist or a social worker is sent out by default. If you need the big guys with the guns, they're chilling somewhere playing pool in the backyard. But how about we stop, I don't know, sending these fucking thug, Trump-supporting white supremacists with guns to do everything all the time. Traffic stops, for example. Do you need someone with a gun at a traffic stop? Do you need someone with a gun patrolling black and brown neighborhoods? Do you need someone with a gun fucking, like, patrolling the subway? No, you don't, because they're fucking unnecessary, especially when 80% of them voted for Donald Trump, by the way. Now, again, folks, now I don't even believe that we should have SWAT teams. I personally believe that none of that should exist. But again, no one is saying cops need to have like multiple qualifications. We're saying at the bare minimum, send psychologists and social workers with the cops instead of having this cop buddy relationship like in those fucking movies and like, I'm your buddy, look at that, I'm a cop, right? How about, you know, cop cars have 4 seats. How about you have a psychologist, a social worker, and a cop all in one, and it's like, you know, checks and balances in real time. How about that? Maybe that would improve law enforcement. I don't know. But again, the reason why I wanted to show this clip here is because it provides a fundamental misunderstanding of what the criticism of police even is in this country. He literally does not get it. He has no idea what the criticism is. He literally thinks that people want cops with guns to be qualified social workers at the same time. That's not what anyone wants. Now, again, this is also important to understand that this is Biden's police funding. This is what his request for the police hiring program is in relation to previous presidents and previous years. So we can see Trump improved and increased on Obama's, you know, very slightly, but then, you know, slowly but surely, probably not as much as inflation would probably balance that. But then Biden decides, oh, we're going to triple police funding, just a quick triple, see how that goes. And he's still going out there advocating for increased funding to police. Again, this guy is the Looney Tunes, and he has no idea what the criticism even is. He fucking abused and manipulated the Black Lives Matter movement in 2020 to get elected, and now he's spitting all over everyone who had any criticisms of police because he doesn't even fucking know what the fuck the criticisms are. Now, again, folks, I'm going to play a clip here. This one I use in my sound drops sometimes. But this is a clip. Now, this was really shortly after the 2020 election. So this was after Joe Biden won the election. This is him talking to movement leaders with regards to Black Lives Matter and defund the police. This is a little clip I like to use because it's funny. But also, this is him talking to movement leaders in regards to police programs before the inauguration and after winning the election.
I've got to go. Let me respond. There's a lot to respond to here. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it. I mean what I say when I say it. I'm the only person who's ever run on 3 platforms that I was told could not possibly win the election, and I never ceased from it. One was on restoring the soul of this country because...
Now, this is, again, the context here is black people asked him, can you stop having cops shoot and kill us? And this is his response to that. Like, I mean what I say when I say it. I ran because of Charlottesville. Fuck you, basically. So again, I need y'all to understand Joe Biden is not your friend. He's not your ally. He is the enemy. He's a president of the United States, which means by default, he is the enemy. And he's also not that good of a president as well. So again, you got to criticize him. That said, he did win the 2020 election. I have to remind everyone, because if I don't, YouTube will ban me. He did win the 2020 election. Trump lost. Trump was a worse president. You can agree that Trump is worse than Joe Biden. That said, Joe Biden still pretty fucking bad. Okay, so I know there's a lot of people who can't comprehend those kind of things, but got to throw them out there. So fuck them.